I think and you mentioned it with a gaming part, and I think that's one of the more super interesting aspects of many people, and specifically like traditional financial people are kind of ignoring, I guess, because although some bankers are gamers, I know bankers that are gamers and they love gaming and everything, they kind of like they haven't pieced it together, and how everything is, there's this new, it's not really new, but gaming is a big aspect of society. It's a big thing of how people learn about things. I learned a lot through Zelda and stuff, and now I'm starting to see it with my kid with Mario, and but the collectible cards things is I think one of the, I guess, oldest like gaming parts that, because since the 50s, 40s, 30s, or 20s even, I think, right, that you haven't, and you bring that like longevity aspect into it. What motivates you, Aladdin, to keep on waking up every day, get at it, getting that support team around you, because there's what are people going to say when they look back in 10 years from now? Who knows where Bitcoin's going to be, but it's definitely going to be big in some type of sense, right? And then you got your trading cards there.
Yeah, one of the things that's like the most exciting that I like to touch on with these cards is the fact that, in my opinion, we're in one of the biggest revolutions in human history. Again, everything falls back to the broken money system. If you're able to fix the monetary system, not everything, because we're human, and there's going to be things like some people are just born bad. It's just all there is to it. But the majority of the problems come from this broken monetary system. And if Bitcoin is able to have any type of positive impact, which it already has, just bringing this community of people together is a massive impact for the human race, for each of our families to be able to grow up and have people, like Brandon said, the support system of finding people that think the way that you do. Like Bitcoin is, I like to say, like the Orange Pill app. They say it's a dating app because it's bringing people together that you potentially couldn't find anywhere else, that are really like aligned with so many things that we're aligned with. And it's really hard to find someone in this world that is red pilled. I mean, before Orange Pill even existed, it's finding that red pill. How do you open up a conversation with someone and say, hey, did you know? And see where that goes, because those topics and conversations can go bad really quick. So what it's already done in the community is absolutely incredible. But what it can do for the entire human race is absolutely incredible. And does it need to fix the whole entire world in order for us to feel positivity from it? No, the world's so screwed up right now. If we can make a 20, 30% positive climb from where we're at today, it's well worth it. Because all I've seen since I was a kid is this negative decline. I haven't seen much of anything positive coming from the human race in my 40 years on this earth. There's some beautiful things. Maybe there's been time that it's kind of been, but the majority of it is shooting downhill pretty damn fast. 2020, holy shit, that was like, talk about the roller coaster, boom, straight downhill. So for me, I get fired up because these cards are time-stamping Bitcoin. They're time-stamping what we're doing right now. This evolution we're in at this moment is bigger. I'm sorry, not to crap on Pokemon, because Pokemon's great and they're great cards. It's a fun game. I play it with my kids. There's a lot of great things. Athletes, there's the sports cards. They're fun. They're amazing. Collect them. But what's more important? To follow or find an athlete that made the most touchdowns or made the most goals or the best defensive player. Like, those are great things, and that's something to commend. You're an amazing athlete, but is that anywhere near as commendable as something like Michael Saylor being the first one to go on, like, his strategy and what he ended up doing? That is evolutionary. And then what he created with hope.com and all these different things he's done, that's something to celebrate far beyond any Pokemon card, any sports card. Not that those shouldn't still be celebrated in their own way, more power to people. That's awesome. I celebrate them. I love Barry Sanders, Detroit Lions. Like, there's things that are awesome that are always going to be like intrinsically amazing to us. But what we need to start doing is teaching the world that the people we need to be celebrating, if we're going to celebrate, and I wouldn't say heroes, because Bitcoin teaches you to kill your heroes. So let's not put it in that category. Let's just say there needs to be a group of people that are doing positive for the world. We got Alex Gladstein in Series 2. He's someone to celebrate. Do we want to say hero? We shouldn't put anyone there, but we should definitely be celebrating Alex Gladstein. The guy has done incredible work. He's an amazing individual. Sean Harris, that guy, he's an athlete, but he's also come out and stood up against so many people for so many amazing things. So what we're putting in these cards is something that truly should be celebrated. And going to these different events, the Miami Bitcoin last year, we had the commemorative pack. Why are you making a commemorative pack for Miami Bitcoin? Because you're going to look back in 10 years from now and you're going to go, I was there. I was there in the bear market when everyone was telling me Bitcoin is going down, it's crap, why are you in it? Well, here's my proof right here, whether it's still in the pack or it's sealed up in a little thing for your kid, for everyone. 10 years later, it's like the meme of the dad holding his kids, and the kids are like, Dad, you were really buying Bitcoin, right? That's what these cards are. They're a physical meme that we get to enjoy. And I think that the greatest thing for me is bringing it back to physical. It's bringing it back to the dinner table. There's a big difference between like pulling your phone out and going, hey, watch this little short with me real quick, and sharing the short around the dinner table about Bitcoin, Michael Saylor talking or whatever it is, versus a physical card. Versus, like you said, the games. You could sit with your son and you can play a video game, or you could sit with your son and play Pokemon. I guarantee you it's the Pokemon. It's that physical interaction you're going to have with your son without a screen, without that glowing light that is taking away your energy. It's you and your son eye to eye playing that board game, that card game, whatever it is, 1,000 times more memorable, more important, more relationship building than any of these video games. So again, my kids love video games. It's not going anywhere. But creating something that pulls them off of that at all, that pulls any child, adult, it doesn't matter the age, away from the digital side for even 5 minutes, and bringing them back to that value system, that intrinsic feeling that we had when we were kids. Like, that is something very special. So that's what gets me the most fired up, is it's going against everything that is happening right now. With this project and my team, we're like, really it's the Hail Mary all the way, because as everything's going digital, here we are taking Bitcoin, which is digital, and bringing it into something physical. And who knows, it can completely crash and go to crap. But I'm going to push every day. The team is on it. And I think this is something that has a lot of potential to bring a lot of happiness, hope, and hopefully some education into many, many people's lives.
Awesome, man, awesome. I'm so fired up right now. And it's just because I really share that part of, the palpability of this digital story brings it so much more to life, and it's easier to share and to interact with, and seeing it also just in my family. That's why I get also emotional, and that's the whole point of it. You can really create this emotional links to it that just makes it different. And I think tell a different story. And I'm the part of celebrating, I think it's so important to do, because people often forget, what we're actually doing here. And effectively, just like in Nigeria recently, they banned digital assets and Bitcoin, and literally putting CEOs of companies that dealt with digital assets into jail. Some serious stuff, man. It's not easy, and it's not over yet. It's just starting, effectively. So we have a long way to go, and it's exciting to be in this with like-minded people, driven by so much passion, and creating this palpable experiences around a digital story. I love it. Brandon, if you could, share us a little bit also from where can we, find you guys? Where can people reach out? I still have a ton of questions, obviously, but we have to start closing it down. But I think, and also, just the end of it, maybe the last, because it's just bugging me, like where do you get the art from? Obviously the inspiration, but like bringing it in. What are you thinking of next? Is there like some type of guidance you could share on us from the origins of that art? Of what?
Yeah, at first when I was doing the art myself, and about a year in, and got maybe 6 or 7 cards done. It's like, this is never going to work. So I had to let go of so much, and I started researching different artists from all over the world. So I work with artists, and obviously my friend Sam in Indonesia, Guatemala, Argentina, Canada, like all over the world. I work with these artists, and so I'm the architect at this point, where I will sketch the design, I will come up with the concept, I try to make it as conceptual as possible so that the art can try to tell as much as that story as possible. But then at that point, like, I have these discussions with the artist, and I make sure that they're at least not in 100% agreement with the concept I'm trying to put out, but at least understand. Because if I am trying to create a piece of art that depicts communism, and the artist that I choose is a communist, probably not going to come out the way that I want it, right? So there's things like that I have to get kind of dialed in with these artists a little bit and have fun with them, and make sure that we're making it as personal as possible. With me, I've been an artist my whole life. You have to put your emotions into it. Your heart has to speak through that art. So the fact that I have to let go of it and take only a sketch and hand that over to someone else and hope that they're going to be able to pull off this dream and idea that I have for this art, then I have to know that their heart is somewhat aligned with what we're trying to conceptualize in that art. So as you can see, the Freedom card right here, this was done by Nico, and Nico is one of my favorite artists, and he is out of Argentina. And who better to create a Freedom card than someone that is red-pilled, that does understand the importance of freedom, that has lived, I think he's 28 years old, and his life in Indonesia, we've had some not Indonesia, in Argentina. He sees the difference, and it came out in what we were trying to depict right there. So I go a lot further than just reaching out to an artist and say, hey, here, can you slap this together for me? We go into detail on the feeling we're trying to get from it, and we put a lot of time into every single one of these. That's, even though we're a tiny company, maybe that's why we can't afford much right now, because we dump everything we can into making sure the proof of work is in every bit of what we do.